Now here is the second slide, or the second diagram for that lesson 37, 1st and 2nd Maccabees. Don't be too dismayed at this, because I'm not going to put much time in it. I made it because I thought it would show the tremendous efforts of Mattathias's sons, actually strongly with Judas, Eleazar, who was killed under an elephant, Jonathan and Simon. These sons of Mattathias were the heroes of 1st and 2nd Maccabees. They were known as the Maccabeans because the word meant hammer, and Judas Maccabeus is the leader of them all. I have made here this kind of a diagram to show you the actions of those men as they contended with the strength of the armies. Actually, these are armies of the Greeks. However, the country now in power in their area was what we now call Syria. That's where most of these battles took place. Up in the upper left-hand corner, you have a little sketch of the history and of the kings that caused Judah so much grief. And then below here we have Act 1 of the Maccabean Wars, Act 2 of the Maccabean Wars, and then the tail end of the Maccabees. The lines simply show the number of conflicts that these men engaged in, and the arrows take you down to the actual battles, the actual cleansing, for instance, of the temple that Judas took place under Judas' headship, his generalship over the armies, the different generals of the Greeks that were overcome by Judas. Then we have the Eleazar's one time when he is killed, but at the end we have Judas is killed. Then Act 2 of the Maccabean Wars. Now we have some rulers that come to enforce Greek ways on the Jews, and the battles that are engaged with them under Jonathan. Jonathan is the next son of Mattathias to take hold of the leadership. The intrigues with Trypho, Demetrius, and these further Antiochuses just go on. And eventually Simon, the third son to take control of the armies, is treacherously killed. But in the meantime, Judah is at least temporarily saved from the onslaughts of the Greeks, and the stage is set for Rome to take over, for the government of the area that we call Palestine now. Palestine is the Roman name, is now set up to prepare for the birth of the true son of David. It's been a long slog, as they say, and yet God's will be done. This book of 2nd Maccabees is important to us Catholics because it contains sacred scripture, which the Church declares Maccabees is, an account where Judas, having lost a battle, discovers that some of his soldiers have a token of a goddess or god under their garments, some kind of a superstitious thing that they had fallen into to save themselves, and yet they were all killed in this battle. Well, Judas recognizes this as a sin against God, so he takes up a collection for their souls' salvation. Isn't that interesting in the light of Catholic doctrine? For we do believe that we can do some things in prayer and through sacrifices or through penances to help those who are suffering in purgatory because of sin. So here we have both parts of our doctrine. First of all, that we can pray for the dead, and that will assist them in their plight in purgatory. There it is in the 12th chapter of 2 Maccabees.